Maybe you've been there too, feeling guilty or worried about hurting someone else's feelings when you want to say no, but end up saying yes. Does that sound familiar? Today, I want to dive deep into why it's so hard for us to say no and how to learn to say no is essential for your happiness, your well-being, and honestly, your relationship. Why saying no is crucial for your mental health and personal boundaries. Why people will respect you more if you say no when it's a real no for you. And how this inability to say no often comes from a deep childhood wound, learning to be the good girl or good boy. And if you are struggling to put yourself first, we will talk about why inner child healing can be the missing piece you've been searching for. And let's get into it. How often do you say yes when you really want to say no? And how does it make you feel afterward? Do you feel resentful, exhausted, or maybe even a little lost? I get it, my love. I've been there too. Saying no can feel like the scariest things, and especially if you are someone who cares deeply about others' feelings. It's easy to feel like saying no makes you a bad person or like you are letting someone down, right? But here's the thing. Constantly saying yes to others and no to yourself is a fast track to burnout and unhappiness. So let's talk about why learning to say no is actually an act of self-love and one of the most powerful things you can do for your well-being. You know, I used to be one of those people who say yes to everything. We can say, a people pleaser. I didn't want to disappoint anyone, and I thought that if I just kept saying yes, I will be liked, loved, and accepted. But all it did was leaving me feeling drained and disconnected completely from myself. Does that sound familiar to you? Maybe you've noticed that when you don't honor your own needs, it affects your mood, your energy, and even your relationships. The more you say yes when you mean no, the more resentment builds, and that can lead to frustration and even damage your relationships. Here is the first truth I want you to take in. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're always giving to others at the expense of your own needs, you will eventually run dry. And guess what? The people who truly love and respect you will appreciate it when you set clear boundaries. They will respect you more for being honest about what you can and cannot give. Now, I know what you're thinking. Saying no still feels hard, right? So why is it so difficult? For many of us, it goes back to childhood. We were taught to be good girls or good boy, to put others' needs ahead of our own, and to make sure we were always pleasing everyone around us. Because it also showed how our parents were doing a good job as parents if we are very obedient. So of course, I'm not trying to blame anyone. I just want you to have the awareness that it can come from a place that is not right for you today, which is pleasing everyone around you without taking your own needs into consideration. So I want you to realize that what served us as children doesn't always serve us as adults. You are not that child anymore. And you have the right to say no when something doesn't align with your values, your energy, or your needs. This is where inner child healing comes in. If you find yourself constantly struggling to say no even after trying to set boundaries, It might be because your inner child still fears rejection or punishment. And that fear often keeps us locked in patterns where we overextend ourselves for others. If you are ready for the next step, and if you want to learn how to heal your inner child, check my video here so you can dive deeper and take that first step toward breaking the cycle. I will also put the link in the description below. Take a moment to think about it. Can you remember a time in your childhood when saying no didn't feel safe or wasn't allowed? Maybe you were praised for always being helpful, or maybe you were afraid of disappointing your parents or teachers. Those experiences shape us in ways we might not even realize. But here is the good news. You can heal from this. And it starts with giving yourself permission to prioritize your needs. When you do this, not only will you feel better, but people will also begin to respect and appreciate you more. I also want to mention, if this topic is really resonating with you, right after this one, go check out my videos on creating boundaries and how to detach from toxic people. I will also put the links in the description box below. Those videos are going to be great next steps for you if you are ready to dive even deeper into this journey of self-love and empowerment. And here is something I really want you to take away today. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. In fact, it allows you to say yes to yourself, yes to your happiness and to your well-being. You are worthy of that. My love, you don't need to sacrifice yourself to make others happy. And when you start saying no to what doesn't serve you, you create space for the things that truly light you up. So, what's the next step for you? It could be as simple as practicing no in small ways, like declining an invitation that doesn't feel aligned, or telling someone you need time for yourself. Start small, but be consistent. And if it feels tough, remember, you deserve to feel empowered, respected, and whole. And I'm here to support you every step of the way. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this message today. Remember, you are amazing and deserve to be treated as such. I will see you in the next video.